Hi everyone and welcome to this episode of English broadcast for month of March with me, Steven. In this episode, I'm going to take you to a quick journey to the history of computer. This is an electronic device which we all use it pretty much every day, and being away from it is inevitable. The history of computer started 200 years ago. At that time, many scientists began to develop various computer machines. Let's get started with the generations of computers. Basically, we break this into five generations starting with vacuum tubes, transistors, integrated circuits or ICs, microprocessors, and artificial intelligence or AI. Each of these got a quite exciting history, which we don't have much time to deep dive in this broadcast. The modern computer was developed in 1930s and called the Z1. The Z1 was a motor-driven mechanical computer designed by German inventor Konrad Zuse from 1936 to 1937. It was the first freely programmable computer in the world that used Boolean logic and binary floating point numbers. What is Boolean logic? Boolean logic is a type of algebra in which results are calculated as either true or false, known as truth values or truth variables. Floating point numbers are represented in computer hardware as base 2, which is binary fractions. The Mark I Colossus was a huge computer that could occupy the entire room. It was the first computer which could break Nazis' messages and decipher them. Apparently, that helped to shorten duration of World War II. ENIAC, which is shortened for Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer, was the first programmable electronic general-purpose digital computer in 1945. It was able to solve a large class of numeric problems through reprogramming. As you can see in the picture, it was a large machine composed of different parts to perform different functions. Welcome to the world of transistors. Manchester TC was the first computer which was built using transistor that replaced the valves in computers. Two versions of this computer were produced. The first was the world's first transistorized computer. The second version used 250 junction transistors. Let's have a closer look at transistors versus vacuum tubes in these two pictures. The IBM 700 7000 series is a series of large-scale mainframe computer systems that were made by IBM through the 1950s and early 1960s. The series includes several different incompatible processor architectures. The 700s use vacuum tube logic and were made obsolete by the introduction of transistorized 7000s. Program 101 was the first all-in-one commercial desktop programmable calculators. This model used many features of a large computers of that period during the years of 1960s. About 44,000 units were sold mainly in the US. In 1981, IBM launched the first IBM PC, officially known as IBM Model 5150. It was based on a 4.77 MHz Intel 8088 microprocessor and used a Microsoft MS-DOS operating system. In 1990s, with the introduction of the internet in the form which we know of, PCs began to be widely used in different industries. Also, users were able to create their own PCs based on their needs. We can see how technology came to help us to change computer systems from those which required an entire room to very small PCs, which you can simply carry them around in your hands. So, what do you think computers will look like in the coming years? All right, it's question time. I've got three questions for you. Question one: until now, how many generations of computer exist? Question two: what's the name of first computer? Question three: what's the name of computer that occupies the entire room? I hope you've enjoyed this episode of English Broadcast. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.